Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna give you a story which normally would be considered as a dog bite man story. Because in truth and in fact, man licensed firearm holder being attacked by gunmen is nothing really new, and a gunman being shot dead in the process, that's not so new. It actually happens at least 3 or 4 times a year in Jamaica. So I'm going to tell you one such story, but that is not really the story because there is another issue behind the story which we need to look at. And as you guys know, I don't just tell you a story, I try to analyze it, rationalize it, break it apart, fit it back together and make it make sense. And for you out there who are parents, this is a video that you actually need to watch to the end. Because you mothers, your belly will burn you. And you fathers who have sons, you can get some news will make your seed bag feel like it a twist in a vice. Just this last Monday, that's the 28th of October, a shooting took place on the Kingston wharf at about 11:15 on Monday night. This gentleman, he's connected to the wharf. I have his name, but I won't say it, or I won't say the company he works with because he's a licensed firearm holder and I don't want him to be targeted. This is a man who sometimes have to travel with lots of money either to lodge at the bank or to safekeep. Somehow, a group of hoodlums decide, say, the man's money is theirs. So they drive beside him, blocked his vehicle, came out the vehicle and came at him. Yeah man, the section where they attack him, was right at the intersection as he come out onto Newport Boulevard. And this is the road that run parallel with Marcus Garvey Drive. If you know Marcus Garvey Drive, when you look over on the wharf side, you see another long road run parallel with Marcus Garvey Drive, right, out there so. So when the car blocked him and the poor men run out of the car and run down on him, my man just plain pull his weapon and start knock it on them as they get towards the door. So when they realized that he was armed, they turned back to the car and then they start firing through the windscreen. Just a fire wild shot. Because let me tell you something, the thing with them little flocks them, let me tell you about them. They will not stand up to anybody who is going to fire back at them. So the moment they realize that he was armed, them start scoot back to the vehicle. And that's how the gentleman now catch a reverse and reverse away from them and then they sped off. But according to one eyewitness, somebody who worked at wharf was heading for the bus stop, one of the guy in the back, him start hop and like him couldn't reach the car and the car start drive off. But he jumped in and the car sped off now towards Newport Center building. Because they were now planning to beat the stoplight and head up to 3 Mile direction. But when they realized that one now, like him a gap and I got dead, them pitch him out along the way. Because, when it comes to those low life, is every man for himself. Here is the thing. Now, when they find the body of this youth and they examine it, they realize he was already dead. And when they checked his identity, he was Damien Francis. Now, this is Damien Francis. Damien Francis just turned 17 years old. And he is a resident of Seaview Gardens. I hear he has family in Jonestown, but I'm not so sure about that. Now, looking at these photographs, it would seem to be a youth will grow good. Well, at least when I say grow good, it seemed that he was well taken care of. He doesn't seem to be a child that was neglected. It even looked like he was a church youth. So, what went wrong? How could him find himself into a group, a youth, who go do this? Don't get me wrong, you know. Me no sorry for him. As far as I'm concerned, the earlier you catch them and dirt them, the better. I hear that on yesterday morning, Tuesday morning, a pure weeping and moaning a gone over Norman Manley High School, because I hear that he was a student at Norman Manley's and that nobody there saw this coming. Because to everybody, they say he wasn't a troublemaker at school. But I couldn't care less. The ideal age for dirt them young gunman is somewhere between 12 and 17. They've met them reach 18 to say them adult now. Samora Machel said one thing and I live by it. Kill the alligator from its in the egg. It's easier to kill. But here is the kicker. And I'm going to show you guys how the death of this little thug proves the depth of depravity that our country has gone. But before I go into that depravity, let me tell you the only good comment I had seen over on Instagram pertaining to this youth's demise. Someone who called himself Rick Storm TV, he said this: majority of the gunmen them in Jamaica tackle victims because them know 99% of the time them not have no gun. These are the results of when you tackle a man where have the tool for level up. Guana mark, brother. Yeah. Rick Storm TV, you express my sentiments exactly. I can neither give nor take away from that. But listen to this now. This a little Krasmite we call herself the bad gal KK. See her picture, yeah? Can't even make it out too good. But hear what she said. GSYM. Now, if you're a Jamaican, you know that big, the most dirtiest insult you can tell nobody. Figure SYM. But the little boy a gunman. Little Anna make take down and move on a baby kilt. Well, if you are a Jamaican, you know what that means too. Take down and move on a baby kilt from find out on a right statement. Well, this is one I can't even read and write good, but there you go. You know exactly what she's saying. Another one on Instagram, Desi them. Well, I wanna go SYM. Simple thing happen when I come talk about gunman. Smith it, you just don't know what the BBC say. Another one named Autumn Q World. Alleging non-man, him and no gunman. Go SYM and delete this. And then Mickey Perfection now. She said, R.I.P. dog. The whole of Seaview family miss you. Alright, go and miss him. That can't change. Now, you know, I can see that this little boy was cared for in the sense that it looked like him get food, shelter, and clothing. But what seemed to be missing from his life was care. Because how can a 16 or whatever 17-year-old youth, school youth, when due for go school Tuesday morning, find himself in a car full of gunmen, for go try to rob people at that hour of the night? Every school youth at that hour is supposed to be in bed, or at least inside his house. Or if the farthest him can be is on the veranda with the grill locked, if him have grill. This is if him was under any parental control. As my brethren would say,
something alright. Something alright, yeah.
This is caused by bad parenting. I see bad parenting all over this. Now we're going to get into the meat of the matter. more than 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago, when my channel was in its infancy, I had put out this video. It says, why bad parenting is the cause of Jamaica's crime problems. And in that video, I went to great lengths. I think that video was about 23 minutes to prove that bad parenting is the cause and why. And I used a series of facts, incontestable, incontrovertible evidence to make my case. A few weeks later, I did another video which says 100% proof that bad parenting is the cause of Jamaica's social decay. And you know, because at the time my channel was in its infancy, they weren't going up in the algorithm, and therefore they weren't being promoted by YouTube, because you know things take time. Each of those videos, I don't think it had even reached 300 views up to now. I doubt that. And the main reason for that is that nobody knew of my channel. Not even YouTube, who I was posting, and even know about my channel. But those videos, they are as relevant to this moment that we're speaking as they were relevant 10 years ago or 15 or 50 years ago, as they will be relevant at maybe another 100 or 200 years into the future. So I would suggest that if you get a chance to go back and look at those two videos, make a note of them, go back and watch, because trust me, you will gain a lot of insight. Because I, as a parent, I'm a father of 6 boys, and all of them turn out to be something in life. My boys, no tattoos, no plait up hair, no bleach out skin, no earrings, no tight up pants that suck on them and the waist down under them behind. They were just grew up like normal human beings. So I must have been doing something right. So while those videos are not based on any written down sociological tenets, I must have been doing something right. Which of course came out in those 2 videos. But I'm going to mention a little bit of what I had said there to give you a synopsis and to refer to this specific case with this little hooligan who I'm quite happy that we are rid of him. First of all, when you're growing kids, your picnic supposed to have a curfew time. Your kids supposed to have a bedtime. Your kids should know how to speak to you, and your kids should know how to speak to every single adult. Your kids should know who to respect, which is everybody, and all their values that they have, it comes from you. Now, if you have a 16 or 17-year-old in your house, and him can be out of the house after, say, well, even 8 o'clock, unless, of course, this had been worked out with you beforehand, you're not parents, you're the leavening of a parent. Because by right, your picnic not supposed to can go through your gate without your say-so. And this is even more profound a statement when it comes to nighttime, like after dusk, after 6 o'clock, for example. So if this youth did under any control, how him out of the house at that hour of the night? I know the first him do it. You think if he had grown with strict rules and regulations, he would have dared to be out going up to 11 o'clock in the night for the first time? The clear answer is no, as something I'm used to. The second thing I'm going to tell you, if any of you here are parents and you have boy picnic, and this is extremely important. Once you see a boy picnic in a too much group of man, them either a play sword fight under the quiet, or they are planning to do some kind of nefarious activities. If your son like to just enjoy group of company of men, red flag, big hell of a red flag. I've always told my sons, listen, keep women company. Always surround yourself with women. And I explain to them exactly why. I said, listen, first of all, when you are in a group of women, you are in charge. These women will look up to you for guidance and protection. They will not try to upstage you or be in any competition with you. They will not inveigle you to take any drugs. They will not inveigle you to break into anybody's house. Women, by and large, will never inveigle you into doing anything that is outside the law. And remember, I use the term by and large because I know that there is some of you who say, oh, I know a time when a woman did inveigle one young man for the something wrong. Yes, we all know one of those. And of course, a woman is not going to tell you to hand you a stick of weed. And she's not going to tell you to snort anything up your nostrils. And next thing is that men who enjoy the company of men are weak. Such men need validation for their existence from other men. They have to have a group of men around them for them to feel valid, to feel accepted, and to feel safe. Strong men are quite comfortable standing alone or being at the head of a group of women that they control and protect. So once you see a young man in any group of men, as me say, them either play sword fight, which mean they are closet gays, or them a plan to do something against the law. Why else would you be in a group of hanging out with a group of men, and you always have to be with a group of men? Big red flag, parent, big red flag. Of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking where you have a football team and they have to practice together. I understand that. I'm not talking about they are members of a marching band or they are members of some swimming or club or whatever that they have to do things as a team. If your son just go just hang out with men because he cannot survive or feel as if he's somebody unless he's in a group of Langseed man, police soon kill that or them soon beat that for grind man behind. And take that as me tell you now. So if this young man had not been hanging out with a group of men, they wouldn't seem to inveigle him to go follow them, go rob people. And that is why, to this blessed day, I have no regrets about the 7 youths who died at that house in Britain. You're hanging out with a group of men and you enjoy hanging out with groups of men. You're either a gay man, a gunman, or a gunman wannabe. Either way, parent, that is problem. Anyway, if you get a chance to watch those 2 videos, go back through them because there are much more details and there are a lot more information there that can help you as parents. Thanks for watching. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.